Welcome to Lamada's Italian Restaurant this week. This is Chef Carmelo with question and answers. So anything you want to ask me, I'll have an answer for you. So call in, type it in, email it in, fax it, Twitter it, Instagram it. Either way you can reach me. So being a chef here, I get people to ask me questions all the times. The first question I always get is, do you like what you do? If I didn't love what I did, I would walk away from this. Cooking to me is like an art, and seeing people's faces after they're eating their meal is just the most blessing thing you could ever sit there and see. Because people come here from all over the world to try your food and experience it. So when I cook for people and they walk out here happy and satisfied, and you see the perfect reviews, it makes you feel real good. You can't buy that with money. So, first question of the day, Mr. Paul Watson.
I thought we were having tiramisu this morning.
The tiramisu, we were supposed to have tiramisu, but the lady fingers came in a little short last night, so they were half size than the regular sizes, so we couldn't make the tiramisu last night because the fingers were short. So we have Sue Jones here from Century 21 with a question.
What's the secret to your pork shank that makes that so good?
So she wants to know what's the secret to our Osso Bucco pork shank that falls off the bone. The secret to that is buying the right ingredients. That is the right pork that's not caged. We buy cage free. And then we bring it in fresh. We pan sear it, and then it cooks in a pot for about 7 to 8 hours. And then it sits for about an hour before we reserve and heat it up again. So with that slow cooking, it tenderizes all the meat and everything off of that. So when you do eat it, it falls right off the bone. So if you haven't tried that yet, put that on your bucket list to try at Lamada's. That's our Osso Bucco, slow roasted pork shank. So next we have Jeff.
I've had a lot of pizza and I really like yours. What makes yours different from anybody else?
Well, Jeff wants to know what makes my pizza better than everybody else. Well, here in Florida, they always say it's the water. It's got nothing to do with the water. It's the person who's making the dough that knows how to do and use the right ingredients. With everything you do, you use the right stuff, comes out the right way. So with ours, it's, making it fresh every day, letting it sit like it has to so it rises, and then the love and care that you put into making a pizza when you make it. Just like everything else, you give it love and care and it will grow the right way. Amanda Devine?
What is your favorite dish to cook?
My favorite dish to cook that she would like to know is any dish. Because to me, every dish is like an artwork. And it depends on the customer. Some people want me to make special things, add different ingredients. So every dish that comes out is never exactly the same. It will always be different. Because we don't mass produce it. It doesn't come out of a factory, it doesn't come out of a box, it doesn't come out of a can. So every dish that we make is fresh to order. So if we have to make 5 of them, it's 5 different pans, and every one of them will taste different because it's 5 different ways that we're making it, the same dish. So, Luke?
I have a question about wine. You told us quite some stories, and tell me what would be the best Italian wine to go with a certain dish, and how do you advise your customers on that?
All right, so Luke would like to know about wine. So wine, there's so many varieties of wines from all over the world. You get them from Italy, France, Australia, Germany, South America, North America. Wine's grown all over the world now. It comes down to the flavor, the body texture of the wine, and what you're eating. So if you're having seafood, you always want to have a base of wine that is white wine. White wine goes with seafood. Now you're having meats like game or meats that are a lot stronger in flavor. You want to have a drier wine. So you have Pinot Noir, Nero d'Avola, Montepulciano. If you want a regular table house wine that goes with pasta, chicken, and even seafood, you can have a Chianti or Sangiovese. Or you can have your Merlots and Cabernets also. So it depends on what flavor you're looking for, what kind of body texture you're looking for, and for what region of the world, because every wine tastes different. So you might have Chianti from California, it's going to taste different than Chianti from Italy. You might have Merlot from Argentina, it's going to taste different than Merlot from Washington State here. So it comes down to what your preference is on wines and everything. So, next question.
How many different styles of pizza do you guys prepare here?
We prepare one style of pizza. He would like to know what kind of pizza we prepare. The style pizza we do here is a New York style. Now, what is a New York style pizza? Everybody always wants to know what's a New York style pizza. Even if you go to New York and Manhattan and hit every pizzeria, every pizza is going to be different in New York because there is no New York style pizza. It's called a New York style pizza because it's long and you fold it and you eat it in your hands with either a paper plate or a napkin, and the grease drips down your arm. So that's the New York style part of it that is supposed to be a New York style. The crust is a little bit thick, it's not thin, it's in the middle. But it's like if you go to Chicago style pizza, the sauce is on top, it's in a pan, it's round. If you go to Ohio, they got a flat pizza that's cut in squares. Every state you go to has their own style of pizza and their own type of pizza that they put their own twist to it. So New York style pizza normally is a long slice of pizza that you fold and you eat while you walk. And that's a New York style pizza.
So I have a question.
Yes, Marianne.
Where did you get your cooking skills from?
So cooking skills was about 7-8 years old. We moved here to Florida from New York, New Jersey, and we had an executive chef here that was running the restaurant for us while we were running other restaurants up north. And he had a death in the family, so he had to move back up to Detroit. And my mother didn't speak English back then because she was learning it. So I was a translator translating from English to Italian to her all the recipes and how to make everything. So in the same way, I was already teaching myself all the recipes in the back of my mind. So I'm self-taught. I never went to college, never went to university. I did have a 4-year scholarship to Johnson & Wales Culinary School that I took and donated to somebody else that couldn't go to school because I already went there, and what I was going to learn there, I already knew how to run a business growing up in the family business. So I took my scholarship and donated to somebody else to learn that, and that person now works at a Hilton in South Carolina. He's the executive chef there now. So.
Wow. Any other questions?
What's your #1 best-selling dish?
Let's see, Sue Jones was my best-selling dish. It depends on the day, the month, the year, the time. Some days we sell nothing but pizza. Some days we sell nothing but pasta. For lunchtime, a lot of sandwiches and salads. Probably the #1 thing we sell here is meatballs. During the season, we go between 4,000 to 5,000 meatballs a week. In the off season, it probably drops down to about 1,500 to 2,000 meatballs a week. So we do a lot of meatballs, a lot of pasta we sell here. So I think the meatballs are probably the #1 selling dish that I have here. You can get them as a side dish. You can get them on your pizza. You can get them with our famous meatball lollipops too. If you haven't had those, put that on your bucket list also. So.
Any other questions?
What makes your meatballs different?
What makes our meatballs different is, I think, the mixture that we use, because we do beef and pork, salt, pepper, eggs, breadcrumbs, and parsley. And we don't mix no chemicals, nothing in there. Put love into it, mix it up, and then bake them in our ovens and package them. So we do it the old traditional way, like I was taught from my grandmother, my mother, even my executive chef that we used to have here. So I was taught whatever you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. So if you're going to cut corners, then the flavors are going to change, the look of it's going to change, and everything else too. So
Because it's all about the flavor.
yes, it's all about the flavor. And a lot of people, like here in Southwest Florida, we have a lot of Midwesterners here, and everybody has different flavors. So the sauce that I have created for the restaurant has changed in 3 years that we've owned the restaurant because of the clientele that's moved down here. In the old days, in the early 80s and 90s, a lot of people here from New York, New Jersey, Ohio area, the sauce was different. But since the last 10 years, there's been a lot more Midwesterners that like a sweet sauce. So we had to switch to sweet sausage for our pizzas. Our sauces are a little bit sweeter than normally they should be and everything. So a lot of people are like, oh, it doesn't taste like New York or New Jersey. It doesn't taste like it's different. Florida has to make it differently because of the variety of people we have here from all over the world that come here to eat. So.
Any other questions? All right, Chef, anything you want to wrap it up with?
No, just let people know. Lamada's has been here for 39 years. We're Lee County's oldest Italian restaurant. A lot of people come here and say it tastes like your mom, tastes like your grandmother. We try our best to give you the best ingredients, the best food out there. That's all I'm saying is come to Lamada's. If you haven't tried us yet, put us on your list to come down and try it. We also have great lunch specials and great dinner specials. We're closed Sundays and Mondays for the summertime. In November, we go back to 7 days. We're at Italian Fest in October.
And of question here. Somebody wants to know Conor and Merriweather. Who do you think's going to win? Boxing.
Conway and Merriweather. Let's see. Conway and Merriweather. I will put my money on the old timer. Because the old timer knows how to do it the right way. So Merriweather it should be. But don't hold my cannolis to that one because you never know. If the fight is bought, it could go either way. So it depends who's got the most money. It's not like the old days when Jake used to fight. It was you fought for pride, you didn't fight for the money. So we'll see this weekend when the fight comes out. Any other questions?
No, that's it.
All right, to all my fans, see you later. Ciao. Arrivederci.